Hey, good evening. How you guys are doing? This is your man, CEO 369, coming to you with another one. This one's going to be very balanced. I like it. I like it a lot. I've thought about this one today. As many of you guys know, today started out really impactful for the Anderson residents. You know, me and my wife went to bed last night. I think I told y'all in the live, and though it was windstorming, uh, I don't think about nothing. When I go to sleep, I go into a deep sleep because I have a routine. 5 a.m. club. I get up at 5 a.m. I do my thing, 20 formula, and I start my day. And being that it's on the weekend, when I closed down last night, didn't think none of it. It was a little rainy out. Took my dog Zuri outside and let her do her thing. And I locked up the house, set the alarm. I thought it was perfect. Well, little did I know that in between me resting and, you know, getting up this morning, it was pretty impactful because as I got up, I could hear stuff. And I wasn't thinking, I was like, okay, it's raining outside. It's going to, it's doing its thing. You can hear the thunder, you can hear the lightning. But I didn't really think that it was much to it. So as I got up and I pulled the blinds back on certain sides as we're coming down our staircase, I pulled one blind and I looked out and I was like, oh my God. Well, this huge tree trunk from the very top of one of the trees that's just outside of our fenced in area, it had either snapped, wind, struck by lightning, whatever. Boom. It landed like just on a portion of our fence. So you had to, you have to get yourself going, okay, what am I going to do? Homeowners insurance, what's my deductible, so on and so forth. So I have been in this kind of like flow and making sure everything was on point, video, taking pictures, uploading, sending it to the company. And it had just been really busy upon having to run to the store, pick up some items to get ready for the work week. Well, of course, tomorrow's Friday, it's a holiday. I ain't got to go to work. So I had to bring myself down. And this is what I want to talk to you guys about because sometimes, as CEOs, again, creators, entrepreneurs, and high level operators, we get going in a very busy state. And when it's time for us to take care of some business, I always say, when I'm creating my YouTube channel, this is my business. This is what I enjoy doing as a communicator, a consultant, a coach, helping other people out, that I want to be in my best element where I know that I am able to give sound advice, sound help, also to get and receive from others also, because that's what I've been on also. It's just I've been on this receiving pattern also, as well as giving. It's always good. But what I tapped into today as I kind of took that breath, and I talked to you guys before about that, always being able to step into that flow state. And by way of, for me, is the Navy SEALs breathing technique. 4 seconds in, inhaling, holding for 8, exhaling for 4. And then you're creating that square. In that square, you have a word, something that, boom, you pinpoint on. You focus your attention while you're making that square through that breathing exercise. And for me, is to get in. For me today, it was to get into that proper flow state while coming to you guys today. So I took the time that I needed. Everything that I had to take care of and handle, boom, got handled. Allstate Insurance Company called me back, boom. I know what I got to do tomorrow. Talking with a couple of other vendors and get that gate repaired, get the fence repaired, and have that long branch just taken out because I don't plan on buying a chainsaw. No, do I want to do that type of work when I can get someone else to come and remove all the debris and everything like that. And just enjoy it. But I want to share with you and talk to you guys about how to tap into that flow state, how to tap into your inner strength as well as your creativity. Because what we do here on YouTube, we're here and we're about that business of allowing our creativity to go across the internet, across the YouTube platform, kind of like you're on stage and you're engaging with your audience, with your community, with your people. I like this evening, Big Jack story time this evening was phenomenal. I mean, he put on a master class with Dr. Cece, and I think there was an after show. I didn't get a chance to do that because guess what? I'm preparing for my show that I'm going to be recording. Did my little live, so I got three up there. I felt like I'm getting there. I didn't mean having a tree fall on my fence be my third video, but hey, you got to do what you got to do. I appreciate everybody that tapped in. That made sure that me and my wife and our Rottweiler were doing fine. It wasn't near the house. It was we have a half acre, so it was on the back half of the yard, and so we'll deal with that. But as you tap into your flow state, what it does, it helps you to elevate your creativity, also to strengthen your focus, because then you begin to engage again. That square for me is flow state, so I'm engaging on that, and you amplify your success here on YouTube. That's the most magical thing about that. And why it matters is because I'm going to say it the only way I know how to say it. You want to bring your star player. You guys know I love Cat Williams, and he say you have to be in tune with your star player. You know, the flow state is where your peak performance is. You know, it enhances problem solving as well as execution. Also drives creativity for creating content creation. That's the most fascinating thing about this is that we begin to build up on that. And as you begin to understand flow state and how meditation enhances it, and it's a study that's out there now, you can also begin to get into the process of walking meditation, awaken meditation. And it is a phenomenal thing because you're controlling your breaths, you're conscious of what you're doing. You're not like being, swayed or tossed here and there. You have a flexibility about yourself, but you begin to oscillate. You know how to take that, inhale that breath, and you know how to exhale that breath as you're working on content, as you're creating your masterpiece for the things that you're doing in your life, both personal as well as professional. Me and my wife, we have what we call our session where we come together. It's almost like call it Congress, where we sit down and we go over our finances. And I like to think, Keisha, motivations when she does her stuffing of envelopes as well as boops and budget. She has really, really helped me key in on some of those. Even though me and my wife talk about a big financial picture, but sometimes we zone in on areas and we talk about our cars, or we talk about the house, or we talk about vacations and how we're doing things, our Rottweiler and food, and all those small details. We get very granular when it comes to that. And then it also helps because then the time speeds up and you have more time for yourself, because then you start getting things done and it's off of your plate. You're able to bring another thing on. You can key in on it. You can take that breath and you can put that time into it, whether it's 60 minutes that you put into it, and then you give yourself a break. You know, next thing you know, you perform at your best with these. You're not rushed, you're not frantic. It's like, oh, did I do this? Or did I do that? Or did I do this? I think a Healthy Kitchen, she made a cod dish, and it looked really, really scrumptious. I had to give her a quick shout out. And she said, if you think that fish recipe was easy, check this one out. And though I had a hankering for some potatoes, and I saw a potato soup recipe that she had on her webpage. So I may not do the fish before I do the potato soup because I got the potatoes out today, but I didn't get a chance to do them like I like to do them. But I saw your recipe there, so I'm gonna have to check that one out. But getting back to flow state, it allows you to engage. It helps you to turn your ideas, guess what, into masterpieces. And that's what you want because once you begin to build that momentum, especially as a CEO, as a creator, entrepreneur, high level operator, those are the things that need your attention. And then what it in essence does, it helps you to maximize productivity without feeling burnt out. I mean, we always have to take our health. You guys know my mentor, Robin Sharma, says is always that your mindset, your psychology, you got to take care of your heart set, your emotions. Then you deal with your health set, that physical person that you are. And then your soul set. You allow those things to come into focus. And what those four interior empires do, it ensures that you don't leave any of those four unchecked, untapped. So if certain things that you're feeling, you know which area that you need to tap into and strengthen it and to grow. It seems like the other three interior empires will lift up so you can be given that attention that it needs and it'll carry you through it. And guess what? It increase your engagement with your audience. Your audience gives back to you because when you are not here to connect with your community, they will check on you. They want to see how things are going. It was my wife when she did our website, myrootadvice.com. We have a YouTube page, and then when Selena Celestial tapped in, Nadia, I think we didn't tap into Nadia when we till we got over to Big Jack, but there was also, oh God, I can't remember her name. She's probably going to thrash me. It was Caribbean Girl, Tony. She tapped in, and we all had a nice little jam session, and it was just phenomenal. The, you know, the reinventing of yourself. I think that was the communication that my wife gave this evening on our business YouTube channel, and it was one for which she allowed that communication. It just seems like when she has uh, her audience or her community that's around her, she begins to, as they always say, let their hair down. But it's just fun just watching it and seeing it be really organic. It's not something that is like, she puts you put the work in, but it's just natural. That's the word I wanted to use. It becomes natural to her. And that portion, when I talked about meditation, using it as a tool to unlock your flow state or just your natural flow and the way that you do your things, you oftentimes see if you played any sport, whether it's basketball or football, where you got, to really engage. Sometimes you see the men and the women, they have their headphones, they're in that flow state, and then when they take that court, they take that field, doing what it is that they love to do. Even if you're a gardener and you put your headphones on, man, you can be planting the seeds as you're getting them ready, you're checking them out, getting them prepared for the spring and summer season, what you want to grow. You get into this flow state and you just have all the tools that you need. You have this calm mental chatter. It opens space for clarity. You strengthen your focus, and it helps enter the flow state faster. That become. I don't know if you guys can hear it. I always, oftentimes, like having meditative music on when I'm doing my show because it helps me to get into this feeling that I enjoy. It increases my creativity. It helps me to connect to your best ideas. Think about that. If you can tap into your best ideas, you know, it's not like you're trying to, it becomes effortless. And I guess that's the only way I know how to say it. It becomes effortless to talk to, yes, it's a recording, but I feel like I'm talking to my audience. I'm talking to my community because I want you guys to tap into that. It's almost like just slight touches. That's what that meditative music feels like to me. It just helps me to want to close my eyes. You know, they call it the 60-second CEO reset. And if you think about it for 60 seconds, if you're able to close your eyes and take in a deep breath and hold it for 4 seconds, let it out. You know, that right there, I'm telling you, exhale slowly for 8 seconds. Focus on, again, I'm telling you, that Navy SEAL breathing technique. Focus in on a single word, and mine was flow. And then repeat it 2 to 3 times. So if you do it once, initially, twice, 3 times, boom, four. You got your square. You're in your zone. You're in that place. I think Thomas Edison, he used to call it that Menlo Park, that space that is just truly yours. And it allows you to create that masterpiece in that flow state because nothing around you gives you, there's no distractions. You know what I mean? You begin to create without overthinking. You know, an example, what most creators, entrepreneurs, and high level operators, you know, who transform their business by allowing themselves to enter into flow before content creation even begins. That's the most needed, I would have to say, state that I think for a lot of us we must enter into. We, that sometimes it seems like it is like duh, just like the scariest part, but it's not because you, it's not necessary for you to concentrate on that which is really easy for you to bring forward. You know, and yes, I'm closing my eyes, but it helps me to almost in the true sense of the word see each and every one of you as I'm talking to you. And that's what it, Robin Sharma's book, that's what the Spellbinder does. He had this huge audience in front of him. And when he looked out upon that audience, it made it seem like he was talking to each one of them individually. And he was able to captivate that audience and to bring them truly into that place where he needed them so that what he shared with them, they could receive it. And that's what I perceive as I'm growing and what I'm doing as I come up on, I tell you, my 30-year career as an administrative officer, and I have been blessed beyond measure. I am setting my stage and my table in such a way that I am ready to step into this YouTube platform. I am ready to step into my day trading platform. I am ready to step into my consulting platform. And I am also ready to step into Rooted Vines, me, both my wife and my business, because she's the brain trust behind that one, man. And she just put it together so delicately. It's like a flower, but the way that she handles it, and we handle it together, it just makes it all that more meaningful to us. We're watching it grow. We're giving it the sun. We're giving it the water, but we are letting it that spring up in ways that it's no rush, it's no push, but we are delighting in seeing that business grow. So I'm doing the same thing when I come to YouTube. I'm starting CEO 369 Consulting with an intent. You know, What's the one message that I want to deliver? Tell me in the comments with your YouTube channel, what is the one message that you want to deliver? That you are sharing with your community, with your tribe, with your audience. I mean, like I say again, going back to Healthy Kitchen, I could, when she took a piece of that cod and just the sauce that was on it, I couldn't taste it, but I could taste it. That's how well she dressed it with the broccoli and then just the sauce over top it. I was like, oh my God, it was just that to me, it was that mouth watering. You could just get a sense. When I do what it is that I do, whether in my personal life or my professional life, and it's something that I really am trying to get done, I like to eliminate distractions. I don't want to be, oh, I got to do this. Oh, like, boom, right here. This is where I'm at. This is my focus, my time with you guys. I eliminate distractions. I set up my space for deep work, that I put into this. And then I like to use what I call flow triggers. Like I just told you, I like having on that meditative music in the background, deep breathing, like I just showed you guys, inhaling for 4 seconds, holding it, exhaling for 8 seconds, inhaling again for 4 seconds, holding it 8 seconds, letting it out. And then overall, what ends up happening when you guys do this, you end up letting your ideals flow naturally. You don't over edit in the first phase. You just do you. It's a natural thing. And the outcome of it is, this is what I want to say. As I, like to call you to action, because I'm gonna get you on some homework. I ain't gonna let you just be. But balance this with me, if we will. If we'll recap the key points to this whole thing of flow state, because I think with a lot of us and everything that's going on, it helps us to have this balance. Flow state is your natural advantage. I think I've also called it your uh, com- gargantuan competitive advantage. It's just your natural advantage. When you're in the flow state, it's almost like Tai Chi. You just have that energy. It just flows naturally. And then when we meditate, what next thing that happens? It helps us to access your flow state faster. It allows you just to bring it about. It's nothing that you're gonna. It's just gonna flow to you naturally. Sometimes I can sometimes take when I go into meditation and I use that Navy SEALs breathing technique when I'm working on my YouTube channel, what I end up doing, I take that one word and I'm able to build around it. And I'm able to do my outline, I mean my brainstorm. You know what I'm saying? And then I'll do that outline where I have my intro, beginning, middle, and end, and then I conclude it. And then guess what? I use it to create my masterpiece. That's pretty much it. I don't want to try to make it to oversimplify it, but in life, that's truly what comes about. And when you do it and it becomes natural to you, it's almost like any master. You had to start somewhere, but then you begin to build it and you begin to grow it, and then it just flows to you naturally. And where there are sometimes people get stuck at things, next thing you know, they have someone else that helps them to unblock. And I believe that's truly what we're here to do. We're here to help men and women move on through their life at their highest level that they could ever achieve at, that greatness that's within inside each and every one of us. But we have to begin to do that work. And that's my number one challenge. Before your next big move, whether it's a video, a business decision, or a creative endeavor, take 60 seconds to breathe, to clear your mind, and then to step into your flow state. You're going to be utterly amazed. And if you would do me a solid, when you do that, come back, drop something in a comment. I would love to hear from each and every one of you. Let me know in the comment, how do you tap into your flow state? That would be awesome. And also, if you CEOs, if you would like and subscribe to this CEO mindset hack, I also call it not just your mindset, but it's your heart set, because you're controlling your emotions. It's your health set. You're going to meditate. You're going to give some time to it. And then it's your soul set. You're going to allow your spirit to give that true you, that natural you of who you are in the work that you are doing. And I'm telling you, in the next video, we are going to talk about some things that, when you think about CEOs, how they master not only their morning, but also the success that's in their life. And with that, what I like to always tell you guys to do, honor yourself so you can honor others. Love yourself, and you will love others. And then respect yourself so you can respect others. And as my mentor, Robin Sharma, would say, when you own your morning, you will elevate your life. You guys have a great evening. We'll talk soon. I'll let you know how that fence thing turned out, because I'm going to be in my flow state when I talk to the vendors tomorrow, because I need to get that done quick. No, you guys take care of yourselves, and we'll talk soon. Bye now.